All right, welcome to episode 2 of the Drunk Bond podcast. Doing From Russia with Love this time.
You'll love it.
You might even hate it. You might not love it at all, but you're going to hear it.
You're going to hear it.
So let's just get started. Dr. No obviously was a big hit. They want to do the second one. JFK put this on his favorite books, From Russia with Love. I think that's why they decided to do this is the second one. And when America speaks, the world listens, or at least Cubby Broccoli and Harry Saltzman listen.
That's it.
So start off with the gun barrel. Finally get the classic gun barrel with the Who's He What's It, Bob Sims again. The PTS. Let's talk about the PTS.
Let's talk about that PTS. Huh?
Lipstick Bond.
That's it.
Running around. Red Grant. And
a little Spectre Funhouse.
I imagine in the audience, if you hadn't seen the movie yet, when that popped up, like when you thought Bond was dead, and there was just some other dude, and then they just walk back to that mansion. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
The lights come on.
Yeah, dude. And then just and it goes right into the title sequence. It's pretty great. And Gorgol is working for Spectre, the actor.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. The guy comes out and goes, 1 minute and whatever. And
well, Spectre has a pretty friendly relationship with the Russians, though. He could have still been doing his Russian thing.
I think in the credits, though, technically, the character name is someone else.
Oh.
But, poor prick who gets killed, though.
Well, I mean, dude. You think Spectre gets their henchmen that fit if they're not going to...
So it just fights to the death?
Well, you got to break a few eggs and make an omelet, don't you, dude?
It's true, man.
I mean, come on.
I guess it's not a terrible point.
Well, why do you think Spectre lasted all these years? Because they don't kill a couple people to train some henchmen?
I mean, they clearly have a system. It works. So why fuck with the system?
Saying.
All right, fine. But still a shame for that guy.
It was.
God bless him. Then the song comes on. Great song, but it's not the actual theme song. It's just the instrumental,
right.
Which I like. It's fine.
Which is not bad.
They're still working out the kinks. You know, it's still not traditional, but I like the song.
When did the words come in? That comes in at the end?
Not till the end of the movie.
Oh, okay.
Although when some dude, when they show Bond at first, some guy's paddling on by a canoe. And,
one of those gondolas?
Yeah, and the radio's on. It's playing From Russia with Love,
okay.
Which is not sure how I feel about that. I don't mind it. The title sequence is just shit shown on girls' bodies, which
Well, that's a pretty stock.
Like I said,
for a Bond movie.
Working out the kinks, not the classic, but it'll get there. Anyway, we cut to Kronstein playing chess. Now, how creepy is Kronstein?
Yeah, Kronstein couldn't have gotten it.
It's just a bummer we never see him much. He gives his plan, and then we don't see him again until, spoiler alert, number 1 kills him.
Kronstein delegates, man.
Yeah.
He delegates.
What number is he? Number 3? No, Rosa Klebb is number 3. He's like number 5.
Delegated to a 3. It's a ballsy. You want to talk about a power move?
She's a woman.
It's a 3 woman, so that's like a man's 7. It's like a woman's 3.
Spectre doesn't care much for the female race.
It's like male and female shoe sizes. Is that kind of how that works?
Oh, I wear
That's how Spectre goes.
Oh, what size do you wear? I wear a 32 because it's in inches. What do you wear? A 1.
A 1?
A 1 what?
Huh.
Well, what are we, splitting hairs? Anyway.
Cutting hairs.
Message comes to Kronstein and his coaster. He smokes that dude in chess, tells his grand plan. Now, his plan with Rosa Klebb in the room in number 1, steal the Lecter decoding machine, which I guess decodes messages sent.
Well, who has it?
The Russians, I believe. I think it's a pretty crucial plot element that we don't know yet. Using a female agent from Russia, stationed in Turkey, with the assistance of Great Britain. Now, let's not dissect.
Oh my God, it's a lot of countries, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of geography in that sentence you just said.
And then it's basically manipulating Bond. She still thinks that, like, Klebb is working for Spectre. She defected from Russia. But Russians don't know, like, Tatiana doesn't know that she defected. They kind of kept it on wraps.
Russians think Klebb's working for them, though, right?
Right. Only, like, the higher-ups in Russia know that she defected.
Okay.
There's only a couple people that know she's not with Spectre. She's not with Russia. So Tatiana was easy to recruit because she still thinks that Klebb is working with Russia. Anyway,
and she's a woman.
Right. And this is supposed to manipulate Bond into helping them get the Lecter. At the end, Klebb is just going to take the Lecter from Tatiana.
So Tatiana just thought she could use her regime to get Bond to do her bidding?
Right.
Bond beds a new bitch every, alliteration aside. Why did they think that was going to work?
It's it makes a little bit of sense when Kronstein tells it, not when we say it, but there is some logic to it.
Kronstein had a little bit better prose to it than we
And at
did.
the end, when Tatiana has the Lecter, Spectre's going to kill Bond for killing Dr. No and take the Lecter from Tatiana because she thinks she's giving it to Mother Russia.
Well, so it wasn't
And
a
kill
complete
Tatiana.
revenge thing. Everybody says that Spectre was just, they needed to kill Bond.
I think it was more of a bonus.
Because they needed to kill Bond because of Dr. No, but they really wanted that Lecter.
Yeah, I think it was more of a bonus. And by the way, while we're there, we can murder that
Yeah.
prick for killing Dr. No.
Julius.
Little did they know.
Yeah.
And Kronstein's like, this is going to work out perfectly. I've anticipated
No way.
every move.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you haven't anticipated Bond that slippery deal.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Kleb says I have the perfect girl for this that I've been wetting my private parts for a long time. I guess Kleb's a lesbian. She looks certainly.
Well,
she
she's
looks the
very
part.
stern features.
She wants to meet with her man at Spectre that she's picked out, who ends up being Red Grant. She uses those brass knuckles and punches him in the stomach. You think that would have hurt him anyway?
Yeah. I mean, it was
Some old hag?
a feeble old woman. I mean, this broad was in her, 60s, 70s, maybe?
Rosa Klebb can come up to me as I'm eating like a turkey sandwich with a baseball bat in my head and be like, was that a mosquito? What was that?
What is that?
It's some old hag with a bat.
Mm-hmm.
It's Red Grant. I love the old school, when you're fit, you just suck in.
Just suck it in.
If he'd ever
Suck it
exhale,
in.
man, you look like us. He picks up Grant. All the live ammo, again, Inspector training facility, a lot of live ammo, dangerous place.
Well, they're dangerous people. And again, Spectre's both pretty bold
It's
organizations.
a bold move, but
Yeah.
then again, Inspector's some pretty bold folks. So Tatiana reports to Klebb with Grant watching. He's just all over the place in that movie. He's just constantly watching shit.
Not just watching, he's murdering people left and right.
Yeah, dude, he doesn't give a what. I forgot about a lot of
There's
these
so many
murders.
people that are tailing Bond that Red Grant fucking murders.
Klebb says, you've been in love 3 times. And she's like, what does that have to do with anything? She's like, answer my fucking question. And she's like, yeah, whatever. And she's like, I think, I might have this wrong, but she's basically like, will you fall in love again? Like, would you fall in love with another man on a mission?
Uh-huh.
And she's basically like, well, it depends what he looks like. It depends if he's kind to me. Already, her life's been threatened.
Very professional.
And she's like,
Very
oh, well,
professional.
maybe. Like, good Lord. This is just the very beginning of why I hate Tatiana.
Women were much simpler in the 60s, man.
The plan is for her to give false information to the enemy, and then she'll be promoted. That's what they're telling her. Rosa Klebb, by the way, looks great in glasses. I don't know if you remember those real thick
Coke bottles,
frames.
that was something.
So we finally cut to Bond. I don't think we cut to Bond till like 20 minutes into the movie. Cut to him, fucking Sylvia Trench, gets a call to report to M. And when
We filled that lake they were sitting on.
That's right, yeah.
Jesus.
She'll take care of
I couldn't
that.
get enough.
Whew, another trench. Reports to M. M says, what was that?
I believe that's where Oh Behave came from, if I'm not mistaken, from those Austin Powers movies. I believe we
I
got it
don't
in
know.
that scene.
I remember Karen Bay says, be still. I don't know if he says behave. I don't know. Again, this would help if we watched the movie, but we're just going all on memory, folks. M says Tatiana fell for Bond from his file. She'll give the Lecter up in exchange, basically, for Bond's Dilson.
Pretty even trade.
Yeah, they both know it's a trap.
Yeah.
Although I figured Bond would be like, well, that happens to me every day.
Yeah.
Bitches always defect from their country for me. They both are kind of confused. And he's like, well, just go to Turkey, contact Karen Bay, because Tatiana's contacted him, and just sort this out. Probably not going to work out, but we'll just see. They're not very worried. No one's really worried about any of this. She contacts Karen Bay saying she wants to defect and give the Lecter to the British. Yeah, like I said, only if Bond gives up that Dilson. What a fucking psycho.
Yeah. But no, I think that the Russians put her up to that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's
she's
like-
still going to become
Yeah.
the psycho that we all hope she'd be. We got our first Q meeting with Desmond Llewellyn.
That
The
was
briefcase. Not the best, but it's great to see him there.
nice.
Finally.
Ruth Roy?
Yeah. So we finally get to see him with the briefcase and all that. I'm sure it'll come up later.
Yeah.
He lands in Istanbul. Of course, someone spots him.
Like the typical, I assume it was
Right.
Felix.
I can't remember who it was. I think it was the weird guy in like glasses. I don't know if you remember that guy. Odd duck that you see a couple of times and like we never really know what he's up to. Grant is watching him in the parking lot. He goes to Karen Bay's office.
Dicks out for Karen Bay.
Oh man, Karen Bay. How great is he, man?
My God.
That's one of my favorite allies. That's one of everyone's favorite allies.
Oh, he's so charming.
He bangs bitches.
kills people.
Loves Bond. Him and Bond really have a good back and forth.
That and enjoys a good gypsy fight as much as I do.
What are you drinking right now?
I am having a little some Firefly and lemonade.
Interesting.
You know, really.
If that's your drink, I'm Arnold Palmer. So it's Arnold Palmer with vodka.
That's
John
it.
Daly. I'm drinking a vodka. I freshly squeezed some lemonade yesterday. I'm drinking a vodka lemonade in a Frankenstein cup because it's Halloween is right around the corner.
There it is.
Like to be festive.
There it is.
Anyway, and we just took some vodka pickle shots.
And I'm from Russia with loving it.
Meets with Karen Bay. They go over the whole trap thing. Again, no one really seems too worried about it. He's like, stay a couple days in Turkey or Istanbul, wherever they are.
And everybody's spying on every bay.
Yeah.
Karen Bay's got like a
And
whole,
every bay.
Karen Bay's got a whole periscope into the Russian consulate.
Bond goes to the hotel. The glasses guy is still tailing him from the airport, who I still don't know what he is. Grant's following him. Apparently, they have like this back and forth with the Bulgarians and Karen Bay's men. They kind of follow each other, but they have a truce to not get violent. Well, Grant kills one of those people tailing Karen Bay.
That's what it is. That's a Bulgarian tailing Karen Bay.
Right.
So it's not really part of the Bond mission.
Right.
That would actually
So Grant
be involved with Karen Bay.
Kills the Bulgarian to frame Karen
and then
Bay.
that kind of starts. And that's
That
why they had to go into Gypsy Land for hiding.
Right, Gypsy Land Delight.
That's what
And the Bulgarians bomb his office
Right.
after that, and that's when they. After that, they go spy on that meeting with the submarine thing,
Yeah.
which
little periscope.
they never noticed.
Yeah.
This
Russians didn't notice
periscope.
that.
And they spot this guy Kurilenko, who was like this stud who he kills for pleasure.
Oh, Kirilenko, sure.
Sure, you classic Kurilenko.
That's typical Kirilenko.
If I know Kiri like I think I do. I was so proud of Bond for really focusing until Tatiana walks in and he has no.
And then it just.
He doesn't give a shit about what Karen's telling him anymore. He's just staring. I'd like to meet her in the flesh. So after that, Bond and Karen go hide out in that gypsy village. See this crazy fucking fight. That's weird. Can we just call a spade a spade?
Well, how are they going to settle that?
Fucking gypsies, man. Savages.
No, they are. They are savage.
Fighting for a husband, right?
Gypsies, pikers, everybody.
Yeah.
You can't trust
They're
those
fighting
people.
for a husband. I love how Karen May's like, whatever happens next, do and say nothing. Karen gets it.
I'd have to say that's like you and I
Yeah.
touring.
Do and say nothing. Bond's like, Jesus, man.
man. Bond likes to put his hands on a woman much,
I mean,
much as the next guy.
cat fights are great and everything.
Not to
And,
the death.
and look, I love my bitches black and blue like the next fella. But good lord, dead? It's a bit hard, man.
And say nothing.
Do and say nothing. Kirilenko attacks the gypsy party.
Whip shade on that gypsy party.
Let's see. They start getting fucked up. The fight ensues.
That's when Red Grant saves Bond on that one, huh?
Right.
Bond's bacon.
Because he wants Bond to get the Lecter.
Yeah.
So they can.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah, he wants the whole plan to go through. He wants her to meet his boo. Pretty cool fight. Pretty cool little shootout. Grant saves Bond. They surrender or leave, basically. Karen is confused as to why he's getting everyone's whipping all this shade on him.
Karen Bay gets the last lap.
Bond just
So
kind of.
they put one in Kirilenko's beak.
Oh, yeah, dude. Bond doesn't give a shit. He just starts drinking. And then the head of the village is so grateful to Bond that he lets him fuck both girls and decide.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
We never see from this husband anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
so,
they
so
just-
Bond gets to fuck both and decide which one goes to the husband?
Yeah, the husband's the real winner on that one.
Well, I mean, I guess more logical than fighting to the death, right?
Either way, it's coming up all roses for Bond. They go to Kirilenko's hideout and snipe him, which is pretty cool, man. When that mouth opens,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of his first puns. Should have kept her mouth shut, which all broads should,
Right.
obviously. Heard that, Sean. Heard that.
Oh, yeah. That wasn't a pun. That was the way of life.
Gets back to his room. Tatiana's in his bed. That scene's cool.
That's a Spectre porn film.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Spectre's filming him. Your mouth's too big, or my mouth's too small, or something, or too big. It's big enough for me. Whatever he says. I think they use this scene. I heard for every audition for Bond, they use that scene because it's a combination of like seducing the woman, interrogating her. Where's the Lecter?
Oh.
It's a whole to do. They use it for every Bond. Like Daniel Craig, I think
had to do that
scene.
same from Rush with Love
Yeah.
scene. Well, that's a fun fact.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
I was interested when I think I heard it from another podcast. Not as cool as ours,
Right.
but they're more fact
Fact
oriented.
oriented. Let's show Corey it. Oh,
So
I
they
bet
bang.
Pierce killed it.
She doesn't have the lector with him. She says, I'll bring it to you at the... Bond says, let's meet at the mosque tomorrow, and we'll exchange it. The glasses guy from the airport tries to take it. Grant kills him. Bond's confused as fuck. Real calf. Confused as fuck. So Bond and Tatiana, after this, meet on the boat. Bond has the lector. Bond has the plans to the Russian consulate, so he can go get the lector. That's what it was.
Blueprints?
Yeah.
Or red prints, as they were.
He starts recording their conversation about the lector. Sends it to M. That's when once when M and I were in Tokyo.
Oh, that was that scene?
Mm-hmm.
You had to...
She could give a shit about the mission already. She's like, James,
Don't leave me.
when will you make love to me? Day and night. Let's see. Goes to the
deal. It'll knock down walls.
That's right. Goes to the consulate. Karam sets off the bomb in there. They pick up the lector and get on the Orient Express. And the Russian security guards and Grant hop on board too. They pose as. Do you remember their names? What they pose as?
I know.
We forgot to say our names. Peter Frank.
Peter
And I'll be James Somerset. James Stock.
You'll be James Stock today?
St. John Smythe.
St. John Smythe.
I just gave
Good
away
old St. John.
I just gave away the name that they use on the
wow.
train.
Let me guess, it was St. John Smythe.
Somerset. And of course she's like, no kids. What about their honeymoon? She's already just balls deep in this relationship.
Wow.
She's
You're really committed.
useless broad, man. Just a fucking gaping hole of need.
Mm-hmm.
Just constantly. I can't stand Tatiana. I hate her. My soul hurts for her.
How'd you feel when she showed up on Calder's top 10?
That started a whole debate on what a Bond girl is. Is it just looks, or is it just half looks, half personality? Or how little does she annoy you?
Yeah.
Half of us were saying pure looks, half of us were saying about half and half. When I went back and watched it, I was like, there's no way anyone's even going to remember Tatiana, much less have her on the list. So when he had him number 2, I was like, you motherfucker.
How dare you, sir?
I took that as a personal insult. So they pose at Somerset. The plan is to get off at one of the stops and have Karam's son pick him up, and they fly to London, and that's ball game. But
And that's how they get the lector
back
London.
but it doesn't go as well as they thought. He gets her some jams as a gift, and she about wets her fuck. I mean, they got to change.
They got to change cars. Yeah, they filled it up. It's like a fish tank in there, man.
Like Dr. No's fish tank. It's like Stromberg's fish tank.
God. Yeah.
Pick your villain's fish tank. Anyone works.
They all got him.
They find the Russian security guy that's on the plane. Karam holds him at gunpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Grant goes in there and makes him look like they killed each other.
Because Grant kills both of them, right?
Right.
And then makes it look
It's a
like...
bummer when Karam dies.
Well, of course.
It was a big time bummer. So then Bond wants to take it out on somebody. And who do you think he takes it out on? Well, Tatiana. Liar!
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you talk about Tatiana, you wish you could have been Bond.
She basically just
Stunt double in that scene. Jesus.
She basically just loves him all the more for it.
Yeah.
She's like, James, I love you. Don't leave me, James. Don't leave me.
Spot on.
Just, I can't. She gets the mission. All right, like Rosa Klebb pretty much threatens her life, and it's like she's like, what if I refuse this mission at the beginning? What if I refuse this mission? She goes, well then I'll kill you in this room.
I'll kill you right
in this room,
right here.
It's just me and you.
Yeah. I'll strangle you.
So she means
To the
business.
Slips out of your eyes.
And right away, she falls in love with Bond and just says, fuck this mission, fuck Mother Russia, fuck everything. And it just doesn't get... Who's hiring? Who? I can't figure out why the Soviet Union crumbled with those hiring practices. Good Lord, man.
Oh my God. Not exactly a meritocracy over there, was it?
She could give a fuck.
No.
At the next stop, after Karam is killed, Bond has an agent, Nash. He calls him, says, meet me at a later stop to pick us up. After Karam Base...
Well, doesn't Red Grant kill that guy and pose as him?
Right. The
guy
agent that Bond's supposed to meet later.
Yeah.
Says, have agent meet me at the next stop. Karam hears that. Grant hears that and says, I'm going to kill Nash.
That guy waiting and
Poses
pose
Nash.
it. That's what it was.
Yeah. I'm not sure why they couldn't have got off the flight then, though. Off the train then.
How did he find it out? He just he ordered the wrong wine with dinner, and that's it. Well, no agent would do that.
Yeah. Later, yeah. So he makes the next stop. Grant comes on board.
That's like having a root steak without 5 martinis. I mean, nobody culturally would do that.
You just don't even. I just wouldn't eat.
Yeah, Jesus.
Everybody's got.
Yeah.
So Grant hears all this, poses Nash, makes the ultimate mistake, like you said, of red wine with fish, drugs Tatiana for rape reasons.
Well, I think that was
in the
just
middle of
fun for him. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think Grant is the real hero of the movie for silencing Tatiana. So she's just passed out for the rest of the movie. Thank Christ.
Yeah. You get a little respite from her.
Oh my God. So they carry her back. Bond's suspicious. Puts him at gunpoint. Then he says something that convinces Bond otherwise. Tells him his plan, and then just smokes Grant smokes Bond. Knocks him out.
Grant gets a little Jewish. Sees a little gold flash in front of him.
Yeah, dude. He wants those 50 pieces.
Forgets the goddamn. And you think a commie wouldn't have any problems with
Well, you
that?
got to give that to the higher ups, man.
I guess so. Just you thought maybe get a number bump if he
maybe so.
some gold sovereigns back.
Yeah, because he didn't have a number at
Spectre.
Spectre. He's just a hitman.
Just a henchman.
Well, he needs a job.
Yeah.
Why did he get a promotion? You tell me Rosa Klepp can do a mission better than Red Grant?
Well, then maybe Red Grant starts socking people in the bread basket with the brass knuckles.
I'd love to see Red Grant sock her one good.
I bet she'd fold over like a cheap suit.
Oh shit.
I bet she'd turn into dust, that old hag.
Just disintegrate. Where'd she go? So anyway, they get in that big fight. Great fight.
Great fight.
Bond ends up killing him
with his own
garrote wire or
shoelaces,
whatever.
huh?
Yeah. From his watch. Shoelaces. And he mentions the whole thing about Spectre has the film of y'all fucking. As if Bond could give a shit about it. You think there's anyone in this universe that hadn't seen me fucking?
Yeah, what did he say? How's my stroke?
I mean, if anything, I guess embarrass her. No, she'd be proud of that.
Yeah.
The fuck James Bond?
That's it. Surprised they could see through all that water.
I love how in the middle I love in the middle of the fight too that they'll bump into Tatiana and she's just sitting there like a fucking log. So after the fight's over, he kills her. The next stop, they got to get out of there. He tries to wake up Tatiana. Of course, she's just like, even in her unconscious state, she's not awake.
She's still mad.
She's like, hey, wake up. We got to get out of here. And she's like, James, don't leave me. Don't leave me. I'm not leaving. I'm trying to save your ass.
Should have left that dirty Ruski refugee back in the Eastern Bloc where she belongs, dude.
Jesus, man.
Oh, God.
I really want to talk to the higher ups in old Mother Russia and see why did y'all hire her? Maybe one of those people she fell in love with was the person that hired.
Maybe she
one of those three.
Maybe she was supposed to be one of the mail order brides to be sent to America as opposed to an actual secret agent. Maybe they just got the labels mixed up.
I just hate her for it, and I'll never forgive her for anything.
Yeah. nor should you.
There's just no coming back from
Well, nor should you.
Oh, so he gets off the train. Let's see, where are we?
This is where Spectre starts whipping shade at
dude.
Rosa.
Spectre's not too happy.
They're very upset with Rosa. What did they expect? They let a woman control a mission.
What did you think? Let Constantine take. I mean, it was his idea.
There it is.
You think Constantine would have fucked this up?
Constantine being a 7, that was like a woman's 15.
Well, at least she does make one more attempt. Well, we'll get to that later. They get off the train, gets in that flower truck or whatever. He knocks out the driver or whatever. Picks up Tatiana, who's in the fucking weeds somewhere. All she wants to do is snuggle. She just goes, "Lay with me, James."
We gotta get up, woman. We gotta get up. We gotta
go. Do you not care about anything?
No.
Ugh. I'll never forgive her for this.
She just wants James to go prancing around her flower garden, man.
James, save me!
Needy bitch.
Gaping hole of need.
That's it.
Helicopter fight ensues. They might as well have just called Hitchcock and got the North by Northwest scene and just copied it because it was the exact same thing. It is kind of funny when he shoots that guy when he pulls the pin on the grenade and he just drops it in the helicopter and it explodes.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that one. Gets on.
They make up for the Spectre PTS though. If you
Yeah.
want to talk helicopters.
This is true.
Yeah.
Then after this helicopter fight, they get on a boat. I love how Bond puts on a captain's hat. It's just hilarious. Like, what are you, 12 years old? Wait, before we start moving,
Before we do anything,
I need a
I
hat
didn't
first.
know. I'm surprised he didn't, sew a C into his sweater so everybody knew.
I'm the captain. I don't take orders from her.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'd be the worst person to take orders from. Good Lord. James, do leave
Strike
me. Instantly falls in love. And she's already fallen in love 3 times, they say. How old is she, 22 years old?
Yeah.
Just as long as it... Ugh, whatever.
A real logical broad.
Let me move on for a minute. So Spectre starts chasing them in the boats. They drop those Bond and them drop those gas barrels. And I still can't figure out... Gogol basically says, slow down the boats.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's leaky gas
Yeah.
around. Let's stay right here.
This costly gasoline.
And dude, the image of Bond picking up that flare gun in his captain's hat and shooting him.
Night, night.
Dude, you ever watch that scene close? It's gruesome, man. People are on
Check
fire.
that out.
I think people actually got hurt.
Back when Hollywood was Hollywood, man.
Dude, just people on fire. I mean, explosions. Their hats are falling off. Their captain's hat.
Their heads are falling off.
It gets pretty brutal, man. After he killed, he says, "Well, there's smoke, there's fire." So after they're finally done, he gets back to his hotel room. Kleb walks in as a maid. Last day checker. Oh, by the way, number 1 kills Kronstein with that poison tip shoe.
For Kleb's failures, can we say for Kleb's failures,
Yeah.
a man still has to pay for a woman's failures?
Well, the ultimate.
That's it.
Well, she gets to be killed by Bond,
Mhm.
which is actually a kind of a reward.
I think so.
If there's one way to go out, that's the way I want to go
That's
out.
it. Oh no! Doesn't Tatiana rob her of that? She didn't even get a good death, man.
Yeah, that's true. Well, anyway, yeah, she comes in. I think she just points like a knife at him.
Yeah.
What did I mean?
Adorable. How did you think you were going to take down a 6'2" man?
Why not? No, she comes in with a gun. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
And then
Where'd she come with the foot?
I think once Plan A, the gun flies away. Plan B is the foot, and that's just a hilarious fight.
Oh God. Him beating a
Pins her
woman.
up against the thing. I just figured they're gonna do that forever, and then Tatiana shoots her, which is wonderful. Wonderful death. One of my favorite Bond puns. He's just exhausted, and Tatiana, that fucking, puts like the gun on his shoulder, and he's just like, "Can you?"
Yeah, this thing's still hot, bitch. Jesus.
He just looks at
What
her
are you
like,
trying to do?
"Jesus, can you get it away from me?"
Give me a minute.
And he just exhausted, just goes, "Oh, I think she's had her kicks." That's one of my all-time favorites. She's had her kicks.
Oh, kid tested, mother approved.
Oh shit.
We should have put her on that fucking cereal box.
So then they get on this boat, throws out their porno. They bang on the boat in public, basically, and in credits. That's the end of the movie.
I assume they got married after that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, Tatiana was ready. She would have walked down that aisle the next day,
The
man.
next day.
Mostly this movie is just all about my hatred for Tatiana. Reviews were okay at the time. Box office did great.
Oh, it was so cheap to make.
Yeah, I think they doubled the budget from Dr. No, which is still low though.
$2 million.
Yeah, but it's funny how this movie's lived on. A lot of people rank this as the best Bond of them all. It's like the only pure.
Tell you what, who didn't rank it very high was TBS.
It's true.
I didn't see it that much as
We
a
never
kid,
saw
I'll
that.
tell you that.
Should we call it? Next week we'll have
Call
Ted Turner on
We'll call Ted
the
Turner?
program.
Ted, why didn't you play it? Well, I don't know why I didn't play it.
It's like the only true espionage spy. It's really I like it. Whenever everyone was saying how great it was before Skyfall, because I always thought of it as like the forgotten Connery movie. Like Dr. No's the first one, Goldfinger's the famous one. Thunderball's it's classic. Everyone knows Thunderball. You Only Live Twice as Dr. Evil guy. But For Russia with Love, it's like
I saw Diamonds Are Forever a lot more than I saw.
yeah. And when I watched it as a kid, I didn't like it because it was so slow and But before Skyfall, loved it. It's like a hidden gem. Before Spectre, it was okay. But this last time I watched it, man, it was really good.
You'd say it was charming.
It was very charming. It's shot well. It stands out. I just I like it a lot. And dude, Connery says it's his favorite movie. Michael Wilson and Barbara Broccoli. Dalton, his favorite movie.
Oh, well, stop the presses there. If Dalton likes it, then I'm on board. I'm on board. It's my favorite now.
If you can't tell,
Now it's my favorite.
We're not going to be very nice.
Now it's
to
my
Dalton
favorite.
when we get there. Whatever Dalton says, I follow.
I'm sure every Bond really gets hate. I mean, you know, like Brosnan, Moore, Dalton. Well, Dalton deserved it.
What? What was that? Craig says his favorite one. Cubby Broccoli, that Goldfinger and Spy Who Loved Me says his favorite. Like, so for some reason, this movie's lived on. It got its own video game. Connery came back and did his voice for the video game
After GoldenEye?
right, like in 06 or 08 or like we were in
Where
college.
the fuck were we? Why didn't we buy
I think
that?
we were old,
Oh, okay.
and there's only one Bond game.
Right.
I mean, we're really gonna play our second Bond game.
Heard that. I didn't have that much time in my life.
No. We never will again. So I really, really liked it. I think Connery is fantastic in it, as just as great as he was in Doctor No. Tatiana, I just
Can't get on that Tatiana
can't
train.
say
can you?
enough bad things about Tatiana. But I want to say more bad things about her.
Well,
I just
sure.
can't. Nothing's coming to me right now.
Right now?
Just useless. She's supposed to be. I don't know what her job is with Mother Russia. If she's an agent, I think she's like a clerical worker in the Lecter office. I don't know. I have no idea what she does. But whoever hired her should be fucking fired.
Wow. I believe Rosa was fired.
No, but from Russia. Whoever from Russia with hate.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of hate in my heart for her. Ugh. She should be fired with the same level of intensity as.
So you're not saying that she should just be fired. She needs to be sent to the gulag in Siberia after she gets
Yeah.
fired. Go to a work camp.
Right.
Get her mind right.
And then killed.
And then kill her. Right. And then once she's bound down and gets while she's on this earth, then kill her.
And if I can be the one to flip the switch,
Oh, man.
happy birthday, St. John Smythe.
Yeah, man. As Henry Fonda put it, I would love to flip that switch.
Oh man. Yeah, she should be fired with the same intensity as the guy who made Dr. No an ape or a monkey. That's what we should be dealing with.
That's it.
Don't you wish every Bond villain was an animal?
Boy, do I.
Oh, that Silver Panther's come out,
Boy,
Con.
do I.
Who else would be a good animal? I guess Stromberg would be like a fucking hippo.
An angry water-dwelling creature. Yeah. Well said.
I don't know who else would have a good animal. Sanchez is a...
Oh, I could see Scaramanga being an eagle.
Yeah. He's quite majestic.
Yeah, he is.
Sanchez...
His gait just really flows.
I think Sanchez would be a good chupacabra.
Sanchez would be a fine chupacabra.
Oh, shit.
But he'd look the same whenever you set that chupacabra on fire at Sanchez's death.
Allies, Karen Bay is really the biggest one. If we ever do a top 10 allies, I mean, Karen Bay's got to be way up there. She's just fantastic.
10 allies.
Oh, yeah, man. We've gone through the list before, if you count all the Felixes.
Oh, yeah, they got to count.
Yeah, we got Coral last movie, and, there's some other folks. I'll list them for you one day. The Henchman, it's really just Red Grant. Dude.
Not just Red Grant. He was the
Kronstein.
proto big old blonde
Yeah.
henchman. I mean, that goes all the way down to Stamp everywhere.
Yeah, he's going down as, with Jaws and Oddjob, way up there is one of the best. Dude, watching it closely this time.
He started the big old blondes.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
10 years, they'll
Yeah.
put another blonde in there. What's his name from Tomorrow Never Dies? Stamper? Mr. Stamper.
Mr. Stamper.
Would you please kill him?
Are you talking about Dr. Kaufman's protege? Because you
Well-
can't really mention Stamper without mentioning Dr. Kaufman.
Learn from the best, man. Learn from the best.
Of course, he was a great henchman.
I'm so embarrassed.
Shoot you from
The other henchman, Rosa, I guess is the main villain? Or is number one the
Yeah, I'd
villain?
have to say Rose is definitely the villain.
Yeah.
Unless you
If you count number one.
can't count number one.
Yeah, I know.
But
But
number one.
he is I do love him as the villain. I mean, he's creepy, man.
Well, then if you call number one the villain, there you got to call number one the villain at Thunderball and not
Right, not number two.
Not number
Right.
two.
Largo. Kronstein's great. You just, like I said, you just don't see him enough. Just in the beginning and end, he's creepy. He's real cast.
Yeah.
You never see him again.
Well, he's smoking Russians in chess. You think that's an easy feat? They invented the fucking game, dude.
Tell you what, man, this vodka lemonade, and with this monster,
Get you
it's
where
just
you need to go.
fantastic.
With that Peter Frankenstein looking at you? Staring daggers at you, dude.
He's daggers at me, dude.
Oh,
I think that's it for the Henchman. Villains, like I said. Yeah, dude, where would you rank this, 1 through 10? Of course, you hadn't seen it in about a year. It's been a little while for you.
Probably put it in the low teens.
No, 1 through 10.
Oh, I'd give it a good 7.
7? I think I had it at a 7 last time. I think it got a little bump up, man. I think it's at an 8.
An 8?
Uh-huh. And 8's, you're...
What kind of atmosphere is that putting in? Give me a frame of reference.
8 is you're knocking on the door of top 10. Like those top 10...
Now, I understand how numbers works, like movies-wise.
Don't you ever talk to me like that again. What are you asking me? God damn it!
Give me an idea. What's an 8 for you?
Okay. Man with the Golden Gun was an 8.
Okay.
On Her Majesty's was an 8.
All right. That's a pretty rare air, man.
Yeah. License to Kill I think was an 8.
It's a pretty rare air.
Of course, I was in the minority. We're both in the minority. We're both in the minority on a lot of movies.
Then again, we're pretty bold folks.
We're some bold folks. Let's get into some of the fun facts from Russia with
Some of
Love.
those fun facts.
Fun facts, man. Terrence Young, the director, didn't like Daniela Bianca, the actress who played Tatiana.
You and Terrence have something in common.
Didn't like her legs. It's actually true. So in that Periscope scene, replaced her with a double.
Didn't like her gams, and so just got a whole new set of stems. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Look out, man.
I hope she developed an eating disorder after that.
Well, I'd imagine so. In the 60s, if your legs weren't sexy, what?
Or hit the leg machine. Something. Or whatever they had at that point. This is one of 3 movies where Bond doesn't wear a tux.
Wow.
Yeah, Live and Let Die and You Only Live Twice didn't wear a tux. Only 3 movies. Number 1 from this movie and Thunderball is the body. I might have told you this before. The body is the guy who played Professor Dent in Dr. No.
And that, wow.
How about that? Why would they go with him?
Yeah.
You could pick literally anybody. Any space body.
I think it was that great death rattle he gave in Dr. No. You know? I mean, he really seized up well in Dr. No.
Tough. Sean Connery and Lotte Lenya, the woman who played Rosa Klebb, after the movie, they had an 8-month torrid love affair.
Hard to believe.
Yeah, ran away together.
Ran away together. I guess it makes sense, given that fear boner with that sticky boot she had.
It's an odd pairing.
It is an odd pairing.
But I could see it working.
Why not?
You know what? They're going to make it. Good for them.
Good for them. Good for them.
All right. The deleted scenes on Blu-ray, I watched it recently. They have the actual sex scene that Spectre filmed of Tatiana and Connery banging and full penetration.
No shit.
It's graphic.
No shit. Well, you talk about method actors. I didn't realize they
went into it. Yeah. And the actress who played Rosa Klebb was not happy to see that because she'd already had a crush.
That's the thing. The torrid love affair later, that probably threw a little wrench thing. You know what? She probably made it up by never golfing with him. That's probably why it lasted so long.
Good point. So those are the fun facts for this movie. So yeah, man, I think that's it. 38 minutes? That was a lot shorter than Dr. No.
Well, it's not one of our... We've got more... It all goes back to our childhood, man.
We've got more...
The ones that we see... I'm telling you, Diamonds Are Forever is going to be longer than that because we know...
In a way, I like watching these ones that we never watch because there's new stuff you never pick up.
That's nice. I bet...
Because half of these movies we know by heart and half...
Moonraker's going to be pretty quick because we're just not as familiar
For Your Eyes Only.
with it,
a lot of those. But anyway, that's it. Let me try to... Oh! This couldn't end soon enough because Daddy's about to hit the toilet. On Facebook, look us up at facebook.com/drunkbondpodcast. And on Twitter, I don't even know how to say it. Our handle is @drunkbondpod. And I also am extremely responsible for the hilarious video on YouTube that everyone's been talking about.
I want you to know that.
James Bond versus women.
Very responsible for that.
It's 8 minutes long. Just watching the movies.
Watch it and then just send them a postcard.
Watching the movies recently, though, I'm seeing little things I missed out on. If y'all know how to edit YouTube videos once they're already posted, if there's a way, we'd greatly appreciate it. If not, go fuck yourself.
Really. Just suck a big old Bond deal.
All right. So that's all we got. That's From Russia with Love for you. We'll see you next time for Goldfinger. We might even do it tonight, dude. It's we just got done playing golf. We're horrible at golf.
Yeah.
And we got back at this is noon when we started, or 12:30. So after the bar tonight, dude, we might have the energy to just do Goldfinger.
And that could go on for maybe a week.
Take a couple of days off of work.
Yeah. Before you listen to the Goldfinger one. That one might be a two-parter.
Well, until next time. So long.
Russia with love.